Maybe we'll just play with some light and shadow on this painting. Try to come up with kind of an interesting design, maybe. I don't know if it'll be so much of a scene. I mean, who wants to create a scene? That's just embarrassing. So maybe what we'll do is just thinking of a row of trees. And this line is suggested on the painting. You know, maybe that's our horizon. Our horizon. I have a Canadian accent, eh? No doubt about it. And then we'll put our light source in the background, up high. So we have a row of trees. We need an opening somewhere. We need an area to focus our. Well, as a focal area, focal point. I think that we will put it maybe, if that's center, we'll just put it around here somewhere. So that is where a tree will not be. There will be some tree trunks on the right and some tree trunks on the left. Sort of a crown of trees here. I don't know that I actually want any sky showing, but I'm going to let it go for the moment. I'm just doing a very rough notion of what I think might work. Okay, so this will be a hole. What if we have a trunk there? And a trunk. Yeah, okay, a trunk there. And maybe a trunk there. Maybe something here. Maybe something here. Maybe something here. Okay. And some of the branches going up into those areas. And maybe some indication of lower foliage on the trunks as well, just a little bit. And a bit of ground cover along the base of the trunks, not much. Lines and thoughts, eh? Just some lines and thoughts. Maybe we'll have a bit of indicating a distant row of bush there. You know, a row of bush, a field, row of trees, beginning of another field. Again, I'm not terribly worried about creating too much perspective. This is more going to be about design. Now, our source of light, maybe it won't be that high in the sky because it would be kind of nice to show some shadows. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I'll play with that. So for a moment I thought, oh, maybe I'll make this a plowed field and leave some remnants of the lines, you know, of the workings, and then have this foreground in the shade have light coming from this direction aiming down. You know, again, it's an 8" by 8" painting. I'm not going to get too detailed with things, and I think I still like the idea of a silhouette of some sort. But that is my tendency to do that, and I'm always sorry when I do that. So we're just going to go right back to what we started with. I think those trunks are good. It's looking pretty clunky right now. That's okay. That is okay. Let's not worry about that stuff. All right. This line's important. So we'll put that in. I like this shape here. So we'll put that in. I think that's okay. I think that might be interesting. I think we need to have a little bit of dark in behind those trunks. Now I'm just kind of putting that in. I'm losing many of the lines that I've put in. But simply because I put them in there, that'll help me. That'll help to remind me that I want to bring them back. And I sure do need reminders sometimes, especially. Okay, I'm not that old, but you know. I'll just whine anyway. And a little bit of foliage under there. And maybe a little bit of bush at the bottom here too. Okay. putting in more stuff I can blot out later. Okay, something like that. Like that. I don't even know what that is, what I'm doing right now. That's okay. All right, now to my little, what I'm washing this in with is actually ultramarine blue, burnt sienna, and raw umber. Just because I happen to have a little left over on the palette, I'm gonna add now a little bit of yellow ochre to it. Okay, that's a bit too much. I'd still like my, I'd still like the, I want these treetops to be dark. Maybe I'm making a mistake by even going a little bit lighter right now. Maybe I should be staying darker. Well, yeah, I don't know. It's rough. That's okay. If the foreground's going to head off this way, I think I'd like the foliage to go up this way a little bit. But that's okay. You know, I'm laying in the base. I'm going to cut into it. I'm really going to be painting a negative space once I have the general colors blocked in. So maybe I won't worry too much about it. Yeah. Okay, we'll put those colors away. Or rather, just clean them off my brush. Okay. I'm going to go with a bit of some dark purple in the distance. Oh, that horizon. The bush on the horizon. Oh yeah, that's another little device I can use. To oppose the downward slope, I can make the horizon go up a little bit. So we'll do that. Tis a fine thing. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, now that will represent the bush on the horizon. Now I'm going to have a dusting of snow over everything. It's going to be another one of those early snowfalls. Still leaves on the trees. And around here there are still plenty of leaves on the trees. But the snow is coming close. So let me just wash this in with a bit of ultramarine blue and some alizarin crimson. Maybe that'll help us to establish the idea of snow here. But the snow here is beginning to catch a bit of light, so we'll add a bit of white to it. And we'll go with ultramarine blue again. We're not gonna, it's just a wash in. I don't want to go blinding white. Don't want to do that. You know, maybe that's even too light, actually. And the distant snowfield, we're going to warm that up a little bit. So there we're going to have, I've just added a little bit of yellow ochre to it. Okay. Now we're getting into our sky. I'm going to use more yellow ochre yet. And some white. And a touch of raw umber. Whoops. That was more than just a touch. Okay. I think I'll go a little bit lighter yet. Yellow ochre and raw umber. Okay. Again, I don't have a brush. I don't even want a brush small enough to make sure that I can fill in these areas too perfectly. Because what you'll end up with is too many areas filled in too perfectly. And I don't find that interesting at all. All right. Rudimentary and rough. I know I'm going to cut into it a little bit in places. Places like, for example, here. And here. And here. And here. And there. And there. Okay. I like it. I like the effect. Next, it's on to the real McCoy, the actual oil paint.